We are now on air. Time for a total takeover.
It's finally here. Welcome to a new episode.
It's about to go down.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Greetings and salutations. It's yours truly, Dan Adams, a.k.a. the Soulful Conservative, the DA and the Prosecutor, coming to you live once again from the Political Heat Remote Studios, a.k.a. my vehicle, with the TGIF edition of the Dan Adams Show, September 22nd, 2017, or 2017, whichever way you say it. First and foremost, giving honor to God and to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing me to see another day, for allowing me to rise out of my bed, and for allowing me to see my family alive and well. Secondly, I want to take a moment and send happy birthday wishes to probably the most unselfish, most polite, most sincere, most God-fearing woman that I will ever meet. And may she rest in peace. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you. I miss you. Can't believe it's been 12 years since God called you home. And today I want to celebrate God allowing you to grace earth on this day when you were born. And just want to thank you for everything that you taught me, everything that you provided for me, and everything that has been instilled in me that has allowed me to be the man that I am today. Even though I'm not the man that I can be, but you show me the man I can be and who I can be, and I'm hopefully can be that man one day on a consistent basis. So I can make you proud, so you can be proud, looking down on me from heaven. Let's go ahead and get into whatever we want to talk about, because today is TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I have nothing in particular that I want to talk about, so I'm just going to grab what's at the top of my dome until I get some coffee in me. I apologize for any grammar and punctuality and things of that nature. I'm just kidding. But yes, I haven't had my coffee. You know how I get down. But I haven't had my coffee, and my brain does not want to completely operate at its full capacity. And for those who may be watching the video portion of this, I apologize for the gruffy and griminess of yours truly. I went this whole week without attending to the grooming. So you got the grayness and the non-shaved head. And for all you audio people, I just described how I look. Like you really wanted to hear that. But let's go ahead and I'm just, like I said, I'm just thinking of stuff on the top of my dome here. Let's go ahead and talk about Kim Jong-Un for a second. And the comments he just made about President Trump. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have to laugh before I even start talking about it. People on the left and the Never Trumpers already deem Trump as a loose cannon. He's got issues. You got the left and the mainstream media at least once a week questioning his mental state. But we all know that man is not crazy. He's bombastic. He can be a little bit overbearing, but he's not crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Not in the least. You don't become a billionaire when you're crazy, okay? So let's just get that off the table. But I love the fact that North Korea's Kim Jong-Un had the audacity and nerve to call out Trump as being mentally deranged. Now, there was a particular term that he called Trump, and I can't think of it right now, and it starts with a D. But I looked it up, and it's basically saying that you are a mentally deranged individual. Well, isn't that the pot calling the kettle? Well, we all know, for anyone that has a brain, ladies and gentlemen, and let me take that back. Because all of us do have a brain. It just all depends on if it's functioning properly. And I'm not trying to call anyone out, because I know can be as dumb as a bag of hammers. But my thing is this, and I'm going to adjust my camera here for my audio people as I'm taking just a second. It looks about straight, doesn't it? I always see when I'm doing this, oh shit, whenever I look that that it seems like the camera is off kilter here. And hopefully that it isn't. And I just had to break real quick because some idiot wasn't paying attention. So let's go ahead and get back to the topic at hand. We're talking about Kim Jong-Un and individuals who thinking that him calling President Trump mentally deranged is the pot calling the kettle. Now, like I just stated as I began this particular topic, President Trump, Donald J. Trump is not mentally deranged. He's not mentally unstable. He's not crazy. And for those out there who may continue to go down that path, then you may need to rethink what you're thinking. And I'm about to adjust my camera again because when I made that little skid to avoid hitting the car in front of me, my camera went all jacked up. Put it this way, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's watching the video portion of this today, if it's off or on, I apologize because I can't really tell while I'm driving. And people keep saying, dang, you need to stop doing that. You need to stop driving and doing these broadcasts. I got it under control, ladies and gentlemen. Been doing this for a minute now. I got it. Kim Jong-Un calling President Trump mentally deranged. That in and of itself could be possibly the joke of the week. You have Kim Jong-Un coming after Trump saying, how dare he, and he's going to wish he never stated these words. He's going to pay for what he said in regards to, hey, Kim Jong-Un, North Korea, if you keep going down this path of threatening the United States and its allies, if you continue to go down this path of nuclear proliferation, if you continue to set off rockets over South Korea and Japan, then guess what? We're going to have to retaliate because you are not listening. Now, he just laid down the smackdown in regards to economic sanctions on North Korea. And this is great because if Kim Jong-un doesn't have any money coming in, funneling in, then he cannot continue his nuclear weapon aspirations. So all those on the left who don't agree with this, you need to shut the F up. Anything that is done diplomatically, that's what you want done, right? Well, this is one of them. Hitting Kim Jong-un in his pockets. So any leftist, Democrat, mainstream media, anyone who thinks that these economic sanctions are wrong, then you are stuck on stupid and you are dumber than a bag of hammers, dumber than a bag of rocks, dumber than a bag of any description that can be described as dumb. You keep saying that President Trump flies off the handle in regards to decisions he makes. You kept saying that he shouldn't talk the way he's talking about North Korea. Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. He has done a diplomatic economic sanction that countries across the board are falling in line with in regards to not allowing money to be funneling into North Korea. Banks are disavowing themselves as far as handling any North Korean money. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the left and the mainstream media, is this enough for you? Is this enough for you right now? Short of war. I just don't get it, ladies and gentlemen. I try to wrap my head around some of the stuff that the Democrats, the leftists, the liberals, the left-stream media, the lamestream media, the mainstream media, I truly do not understand how they think. And as I've stated many times in the past, I know I am not the sharpest tool in the shed. But when it comes to common sense, I think I'm pretty far way up there on the totem pole. And as I end this particular topic, take a look at it from this angle. What would you rather have? Democrats, leftists, liberals, lamestream media, economic sanctions, or the United States at war with North Korea. There you go. And if you have anything in regards to any clapback as to what President Trump did in regards to this executive action and order with these economic sanctions against North Korea, then you are stuck on stupid. Now, we go from Kim Jong-Un in North Korea to the debacle of NFL Thursday Night Football. I did not watch the game. Unless it's the Steelers, I will not watch a Thursday night NFL football game. I haven't had a chance to check the ratings, but it was a offensive, non-defensive juggernaut. Rams 41, 49ers 39. I guess the 49ers had a chance to tie it up with a 2-point conversion at the end of the game, and they failed to convert. Now, 49ers are 0-3, and I guarantee the ratings were not that good. And then they have them wear these special uniforms for Thursday night. What I'm thinking of, and they're ugly as hell. I have no idea why the NFL is doing this. Those things are ugly. But NFL thinks they're trying to do something in regards to bringing up the viewership of Thursday Night Football. No, it's not going to happen. They might as well just end it. Just end it. No one's watching these games except for the fans of the teams that are playing. That's it, probably. That's it. I don't know. And to go from Thursday night NFL football to preseason Penguins hockey. Other night, they won in overtime against Detroit. And as I stated, I believe in yesterday's episode of the Dan Adams Show, just for a quick second, I still can't believe it's preseason Penguins NHL hockey. I'm still lathering up, just feeling the goodness of our back-to-back championship Stanley Cup run. But, like I said, I think a three-peat, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, that's right, Penguin Nation, I think a three-peat is around the corner. We shall see. Now, let's go ahead and get into Obamacare. I talked about this yesterday for a hot second. But it's a hot topic right now, and it's going to take the weekend to mull over most of this Graham Cassidy Act. I keep calling it an act. That Dream Act is in my head. Thank you, Democrats. Obama, thank you. I got the Dream, I got act. It's a bill. The Graham Cassidy bill as being put forth by the Senate, I believe Marble Mouth Mitch McConnell is going to allow a vote on it next week. I believe that's what's going to happen, and that's crooked, man. Just cannot tell if this is straight or not. And I apologize for the pausing, and I apologize for my video viewers and me adjusting this camera. But every time I look at it, I think I am not straight. Now, I know I have it on the top of my dashboard here, and any angle that I probably put is probably going to be as straight as it possibly can. But that's just me going on a side tangent, and I didn't need to go there. But let's go back to Obamacare and this Graham Cassidy bill. There may be a possible vote next week in the Senate. Now, there's a lot of conservatives and libertarians like Rand Paul who will not vote or will support this bill. You have Murkowski up in Alaska who will not vote for this bill. You have John McCain who is on the fence and don't want to, hurt the feelings of his homeboy, Lindsey Graham, because this is a Graham Cassidy bill. Graham and McCain are homeboys, so we don't know how that's going to go, what direction that's going to go down. But we shall see. Like I said, a lot of it I'm in agreement with, but there are some aspects of it that I'm not. And we have to realize, conservatives, that whatever that may eventually pass is not going to be a perfect bill. There will never be a perfect bill. There will never be a perfect anything. Ladies and gentlemen, when Adam and Eve made that decision, us being perfect went out the window. So just try and have a level head in regards to this. If it has a lot of positive aspects that's going to eliminate and eradicate Obamacare, then I'm behind it. If it gives more rights to the states, then I'm behind it. We're not going to completely get rid of Obamacare tomorrow. It's just not going to happen. Please stop thinking that way. Get that thinking out of your head. No matter what's passed. Obamacare was 3,000 effing pages, ladies and gentlemen. You think we're going to get rid of it overnight? Come on. Now, they are going to mull over this over the weekend. There's going to be a possible vote next week. Let's just, if you haven't read the bill, read it over the weekend. See what's in it. And highlight what you like. That's all I'm asking. And we'll go from there. I mean, that's what else can we do? We can't, as normal American citizens, vote on a bill. We got to make sure that our voices are heard. We have to let them know as constituents, this is what we want and what we voted you in for. So that's not take a back seat to any of this, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I've gone from Kim Jong-Un to NFL Thursday Night Football and the Penguins to Obamacare. Let's go ahead and talk about the craziness that is happening with the Democrat Party. And I could have a section on my show every time I come on air. But ladies and gentlemen, that would take up most of my show, talking about the craziness of the Democrat Party. But I want to talk about one individual who I'll continue to talk about until she's either deceased or she has a come to Jesus moment and stops going down the path that she's going. Kerosene Maxine Waters. She was talking to a National Black Caucus event yesterday. And for any black individual in America continually voting for this woman, saying that she has the black community's back, what has she done for you lately? In any regards to the black community? Because all her effort, all her energy is going towards trying to impeach President Donald J. Trump. She is doing nothing for you in California and America as a whole. Her whole focus, her whole existence is trying to impeach President Donald J. Trump and leaving you out in the pasture picking up crumbs because, number one, we all know how corrupt this lady is. She shouldn't even be in the House of Representatives right now that she's so corrupt. She skated away from that particular issue that she had years ago when she was censured. But this woman should not be a member of Congress at all for the things that her husband has done. But yet these Democrats, and I'm talking about in particular black Democrats, continue to vote this woman back in, and she has done absolutely jack S for you, okay? Completely and utterly nothing for you. But yet you continue to vote this woman back in. What is the definition of insanity? Continually doing the same thing, hoping and expecting, and these people are expecting, but hoping for a different result. Well, Democrats, and especially and specifically black Democrats, for the decades that you have allowed this woman to walk around the halls of Congress, has anything changed for you? It hasn't. So please, I'm almost begging you. I am almost begging you. And as I pull into my parking spot here at the 9 to 5, I'm going to take a minute, put my car in park, and turn it off and look at you in the camera. For all of my Democrat, and especially, specifically, Democrat, black Democrat liberals. I'm not asking you just because I'm saying it. I'm not asking you just because I'm on the other side. I'm asking you to take a minute and realize what the Democrat Party has not done for you. If you're in the same predicament 10, 20, 30 years later, and you've continually voted Democrat, then how about giving, even though I call them out when they do absolutely idiotic things, but at least give the GOP and the Republican Party a shot. That is all I'm asking. May God continue to bless you and yours. May he keep you and your family safe. TGIF, God bless, peace.
If tomorrow is our great getting up morning, if tomorrow we have to meet the judgment day, Heavenly Father, we want you to let our folks know that we died facing the enemy. We want them to know that we went down standing up amongst those that are fighting against our oppression. We want them to know, Heavenly Father, that we died for freedom. Amen. We ask these blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
A war of words. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump tweets North Korea's leader is obviously a madman. The day after Kim Jong-Un put out a rare direct statement calling the president a rogue, a gangster, and a dotard, which means a senile old man, read on Korean media.
Whatever Trump expected, he will see a response above that. We will control the mentally deranged U.S. dotard with fire.
And North Korea's foreign minister warns they may conduct a nuke test in the Pacific Ocean, a hydrogen bomb, days after President Trump threatened to destroy North Korea at the UN. He's also tightened financial restrictions with an executive order that would target any foreign bank that does trade transactions with North Korea. The president also tweeted this morning about Facebook. Fox's Rachel Sutherland, live in Washington.
Dave, President Trump is questioning Facebook's decision to hand over hundreds of Internet ads to committees investigating Russian election interference. The president tweeted, "The Russia hoax continues," and now it's ads on Facebook. Yesterday, CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced Facebook is committed to working with the government.
We are in a new world. It is a new challenge for Internet communities to have to deal with nation states attempting to subvert elections.
The president also tweeted, "What about the totally biased and dishonest media coverage in favor of crooked Hillary?" Dave.
Rachel, the new updates just out on Hurricane Maria. Still a Category 3 storm, 125-mile-an-hour max sustained wind, dangerously close to Turks and Caicos, only 30 miles to the north after leaving Puerto Rico powerless, massively damaged and flooded in some areas. Crews keep digging through rubble in Mexico.
Across central Mexico, rescue teams remain at work trying to find any trapped survivors from Tuesday's devastating earthquake. In hard-hit Mexico City alone, more than 50 buildings have now collapsed.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt is there. Several people were pulled out alive yesterday, but not the young girl said to be trapped in the ruins of her school. Turns out that story that gripped the country wasn't true. 273 others were killed. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Council.
President Trump will go to Alabama later today to campaign for Republican Senator Luther Strange, who was appointed to that job to replace now Attorney General Jeff Sessions. He's facing a tough primary runoff Tuesday against ex-state Supreme Court Justice Roy Moore.
The problem is President Trump's being cut off in his office. He's being redirected by people like McConnell, who do not support his agenda.
Strange fired back in their debate last night.
To suggest that the President of the United States, the head of the free world, a man who is changing the world, is being manipulated by Mitch McConnell is insulting to the President. It's absolutely insulting to the President. That's why he's chosen me.
Now, Moore is getting support from Trump supporters, and several polls have him leading Strange ahead of the runoff. Another protest last night in St. Louis. But the hundreds of demonstrators were mostly white. They called their rally White Allies Only, showing solidarity with who they call black victims of racism, a week after a white former cop was acquitted in the 2011 shooting death of a black suspect. It's also been a week since the attack on a London subway train that left 30 people injured. Some were hurt in the panicked rush.
It was a homemade bomb in a bucket, and it was packed with shrapnel. London's police chief giving new details of the failed attack in a subway car last week, saying it could have been much worse. Dozens injured, mostly with burns. London's mayor said the attack was the work of
evil and cowardly individuals.
Among those arrested, a teen from Iraq who lived in London with a foster family. It's reported he was previously on police files. ISIS claimed the attack. Britain's government saying there is no evidence for that. In London, Alistair Wanklin, Fox News.
Stock futures are down a little on Wall Street the day after the Dow fell, ending 7 straight record high closes. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio. On Wall Street the day after the Dow fell, ending 7 straight record high closes. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
On the sidelines, never in my repertoire. Ride along to the beat to the 16th ball. We engage when my words hit the page. Eliminate the rage, the ongoing saga. Good versus evil. Took another chance, call me Ron Knievel. The years pass by, then you look back. Worked hard for the house on the cul-de-sac. 2.5 kids in the picket fence. Wondering, does it all make sense? Of course it does. My family priority. I am the authority. You can have it all, you just need balance. Go ahead, plan ahead instead. The weekend arrives, time to move on. Meet up with your crew and get your groove on.
Move your body from right to left. Fever so high, it's making you sweat. It's time for you to see. You and me in the place to be. Move your body from right to left. Fever so high, it's making you sweat. It's time for you to see. You and me in the place to be.
Life is nothing but ups and downs. Racing every day to snatch the crown. Is my status above the next? Give up my fam, nothing but the best. Every day you clock in and clock out. Life is automatic, no static. Unless things turn tragic, unpredictable. Who's gonna step up and break the cycle? Never bargain with those you can't trust. Never sat in the back of the bus unless I wanted to. Self-alignment went from normal to abstract in an instant. That's how we do it up here. The air is so clear, nothing to fear. The customer is always right. I aim to please, so let's take flight.
Move your body from right to left. Fever so high, it's making you sweat. It's time for you to see. You and me in the place to be. Move your body from right to left. Fever so high, it's making you sweat. It's time for you to see. You and me in the place to be.
The best is yet to come, is the phrase they say. My best is always on the way. Never falling behind the times. A lyrical architect redesign most of what you hear and what you see. Displace hypocrisy, running rampant in the world of hip-hop. Kept on pumping your brakes, but you can't stop. Join the ranks with potential. Didn't measure up to the hype, so quizzical, uneventful. Your rise and fall, somewhat meteoric, prehistoric, metaphoric, lyrically poetic. First verse set up, third verse I said it. We only have one life, so let's live it. Melodic MC in the place to be.
Move your body from right to left. Fever so high, it's making you sweat. It's time for you to see. You and me in the place to be. Move your body from right to left. Fever so high, it's making you sweat. It's time for you to see. You and me in the place to be.
Let's rock and sway to this. Just rock and sway to this. Let's rock and sway to this. Just rock and sway to this. Let me take it on home, Let's take it on home, let's